you looking? I liked all the animals. That's one of the nice things about working with animals is you can have thousands of favorites. And I like, so having ended up here in Michigan, one of the areas where I felt I could be effective was the big birds of prey. Which, if one wing is not operating right, you'll see them pulling and turning. And when they're going this way, we want them to evenly and gracefully be able to make the turns and land so that they're in good control. This is just over 100 feet long. So down and back is over 200 feet. Down and back 10 times would be 2,000 feet. So our standard exercise is 15 times or a half a mile. But for the bird out in the wild, a half a mile is nothing. But not all of them end in success, of course. But of the ones with big, heavy trauma, car bumps, gunshot injuries, things like that, it's only about a 40–50% success rate. Soren Hunt. So we don't know for sure yet whether she'll be recoverable. Yeah, that's okay. We do the rehabilitation, and then we also do education. You realize rather quickly when you're doing the research and the rehabilitation, so many of the problems the animals are facing are directly a result of people. And so if you ignored the people end of it, you're ignoring one of the most important assets of helping animals. Owls are not fast. They're actually one of the slower hunting birds, but they do it quiet. He's talking to you right now. You may not know how the owl talks, but you sure understand when other animals talk. If you walked up into a yard where there's a big dog that you don't know, and the big dog put his head down, put his ears back, and growled at you, you know he's saying, get out of my yard. Well, the owl talks sort of the same way. He couldn't growl like a dog, but if he wanted to give a warning, he would hiss and click his bill. But the best part of the eyes, he's got beautiful big eyes. They always stare right before they attack. Of course, they always stare even when they never attack. And where it'll go? And where do your eyes go? Usually, without even trying, your eyes will go way over to the edge. But if your shoulders don't move, your chin only goes about halfway. He cannot turn his eyes the way we can, but he is pretty good at turning his head. Bob head won't move, his back won't move. So he's looking at me, I'll take hold of Bill, or Bill will take hold of me. Are you ready, ready, ready? Then we'll turn his head halfway, about as far as you can. A little bit more, 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 backwards. Little more, 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 little more. Whoa. The best thing about helping animals is providing a good place for them to live. Putting Band-Aids on them and putting them back out there doesn't have much effect if there isn't a good place for them to live. So just in how people run their yard, how people have their trips up north and things, if they choose to cover every one of our lakes with high-speed jet skis all the time, we aren't going to have much wildlife left. But people slow down and go canoeing or kayaking. They can still enjoy it out there, but if we are willing to share a little bit, we can still keep a lot of the wildlife. And then you'll take and go 1, 2, 3, and then you'll throw it up and out that way.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
It will be able to orient and get back. Hopefully its mate is still there. It was a full mature adult bird. They usually pair bond for life. So chances are its mate is still there and they will be able to get back together for spring.